Hey everyone. You know, I saw I saw Doug's nostalgia critic review of the Gem and the Holograms movie, and as well as I just saw the real thoughts between him and his brother Rob. And the one thing that he talked about in both was something that was brought up. Now, we all know before the movie got made, um, the producers behind the film wanted fans to send their clips, send their video clips of how much Jem and the holograms meant to them. Now, initially, a lot of people thought, okay, these are things, because if you saw the movie, and God bless you for it, because honestly, I'm still going to get it. It's just, right now, I'm not too sure if I want to spend $17.99. But anyway, like I said, um, when that was announced, and if you saw the movie, or you were planning to see the movie in theaters, you probably thought to yourself, well, uh, um, well, if they use the clips in the film, they'll probably use them at the end or in the middle or during a montage or something. Well, you probably thought to yourself, okay, I've sat through this piece of crap. The only benefit that they can give me is they're going to show the video that I've submitted, or some of the videos myself and other fans have submitted, of us talking about our love for Jim and the Holograms, basically the cartoon. So at least you have something. But when Doug Walker, as nostalgia critic and as himself, when Doug Walker, like I said, as nostalgia critic and himself, pointed out that those video clips that you submitted, where you talked about your love for Jim and the Holograms, the cartoon, basically were manipulated. Yeah. You see, this is one thing I didn't know about, and I read and I watched Andre's review of Jim and the Holograms, well, at least him and his friend's review, one of his colleagues, and they never mentioned this. They never mentioned how these clips are used, and I read somewhere something similar, something that indicated that these clips were being manipulated because apparently the Gem and the Holograms video clips that the fans submitted talking about how Jim inspired them and how much Jim helped them, and basically talking about the cartoon itself, well, basically manipulated into talking about the Gem from the movie. Yeah. And one thing that Doug pointed out as nostalgia critic when he did his as the nostalgia critic is one of the video clips that was in the movie shows the cartoon behind a fan, a male fan that is, playing on the television in the background. Yeah, the male Jim fan, is in front of his television with the cartoon on, mind you, and it's one of the clips they use to talk about how much this gem, or they use to manipulate and have these people talking about how much this gem from this piece of crap film inspired them. And when I finally found this out by watching his nostalgia critic review, and then what he mentioned um, in his real thoughts with it, discussion with his brother Rob, and then what his brother Rob said by saying that there was this male fan that became a fan through his sisters that didn't initially like the show at first, but became a fan through his sisters. Honestly, I don't believe that. I don't. I don't believe this guy became a fan. The guy that wanted to write this story, bring Jim to the big screen, was a fan initially. I don't think he was a fan at all. He probably knew who the characters were and everything because of his sisters, but he wasn't a fan at all. I think this guy initially, in my opinion, behind the movie, that wrote the script for this movie, that wanted to bring Jem to the big screen, disdained Jem. He disdained it. And I think, in my honest opinion, that he wanted to do something with Jem that I believe he knew people were going to hate. He probably manipulated the guy that was behind, what was it? What's his name? That Woo guy, whatever he is. He probably manipulated him and the other people behind it and making them think, oh, this is what the fans want. This is what the fans want. This is what the fans want. The fans are going to love it. He probably did that because he knew that he needed the resources to get off the ground. He manipulated freaking Hasbro. And you're probably thinking, well, they kind of gave us something with the Misfits in the end at the end of the credits. Yeah. The Misfits deal, yeah, where is that going to play into if they do a sequel? You know what I'm saying? It's like you decide to do the Misfits at the end. That's not how things go. And I can almost guarantee, as I've said before in other videos, I can almost guarantee if they do another Jem film, that the sequel they do to this is going to be a soft retcon and reboot. That's what it's going to be. Either that or somebody else is going to step up and say, no, that Jem that we had previously was a piece of crap. We're going to go in the right direction, go with the source material, and see what happens. But when I heard Rob Walker talk about that and say that this male fan that got Hasbro to greenlight this and to become a reality, I don't think he was a real fan. I think he just wanted to do something so he could basically take the Jem franchise and toss it aside. I don't think he really liked Jem. I don't think he ever liked Jem. Because if he truly liked it, Jem, if he truly became a fan through his sisters, he would have stayed true to the source material in a majority of the movie. What I saw here was, oh, I'm just going to do this and slap the fans in the face. Why? Maybe because he just, like I said, maybe it's because of the fact he never really was a fan. He just wanted to make fun of something. He probably thought, yeah, this Jem and the hologram thing back when I was a kid was so stupid. You know what? I'm going to make a movie, and I'm going to make it the worst movie ever. I'm going to make people that I'm going to bring in to star and direct and produce for it. I'm going to make them think it's going to be the best thing. This is what the fans want. And the fans want, and now knowing in myself that it's not what they want. And this is just my way of saying, screw you, Jem. You are not, screw you, Jem. You're stupid compared to the shows I grew up on. I mean, look, I grew up in the 80s. My sisters grew up on Jem. I watched Jem at times with them when there was nothing else to do and it was raining or whatever. It was part of that block we used to have. It was like kind of like the big four. You had My Little Pony, you had G.I. Joe, you had Transformers, you had Jem. And to me, it's like, if that's the case, because I truly don't believe that this guy became a fan at all. I think he just looked at it, thought there was a quick buck to be made, probably didn't care, said, we'll just make it Jem and the Holograms, but we'll do it our way. Screw the fans. And I guarantee you, those fans that submitted those video clips, thinking that they were going to get showcased throughout the film, or at least at the end of the film, talking about the show, how much the show meant to them, maybe showing some clips from the show, I guarantee you they are pissed off like hell. And I guarantee the guy that wrote this is probably not going to dare write another one ever again. You know, we've had a lot of movies have to be rebooted, retconned, if you will, with new origins, new actors, actresses. You know, I'm not going to, you take a look at like the Hulk with the Incredible Hulk. You take a look at the Amazing Spider-Man series, which is a retcon reboot of the Spider-Man films that came before it. And now you got another one, in a sense. Gem's heading in that direction because they want to take a chance at this. Do you think they're going to do you think with My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic movie coming out, that they're not going to say, you know what, let's take another crack at Gem? Of course they are. But I guarantee you, Hasbro is going to make sure it's done right. You're going to make sure it's done right. But my honest opinion on this, folks, that was my stomach, I apologize. My honest opinion on this, folks, is I do agree with what Doug and his brother said. I do agree with Doug as his nostalgia critic alter ego and what he said. What they did to the fans by manipulating them and lying to them about, oh, your video clips are going to be used in the film to show you how much, to show your love for Gem and how much Gem and the Holograms, the cartoon, meant to you, only to turn around and say, yeah, by the way, we only said that to get you guys to submit the video clips that we need to make it look like you're talking about this Gem and not the one we were asking you to talk about. To me, I do agree that that is low, lower than low. And I want you to notice something. You haven't heard anything from any of the three main from the writer, director, or producer since then. Why? Because I think they pretty much realized they screwed up, and the guy that wrote the stupid script, the guy that greenlit, probably realized, oops, maybe I shouldn't have made Gem the way I thought fans would want it, and maybe I should have stayed true to the source material, or maybe he thought, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have used this to make fun of Gem. Maybe I should have stayed true to the source material. Because if you're truly a fan, and you become a fan, through people, through family, relatives, whatever, then show it. Adapt faithfully. I mean, Doug said it as the Nostalgia Critic in his Nostalgia Critic review. Transformers may get a mixed reaction from fans, but at least it's got Transformers. It's got acknowledgement of it about who they are. It shows who they are. You know, it stays close, basically, to the source material. The movie based on this, does not. Because a few key things about that. One, Rio, honest to God truth, never knew Gem and Jericho were one and the same. He came close on a few occasions, but what did Gem and Jericho do? What did Jericho do as a Gem alter ego? What did Jericho do to kind of throw him off? She would project a hologram of her alter ego Gem. So he would have to keep guessing. That was one thing. Another thing is, gender-wise, you want to make Eric Raymond into Erica Raymond, that's fine. You can change that if you want to. But the truth is, when the Misfits got originally introduced, they got introduced as being the lead band of Starlight Music originally in, let me see if I can find it here. In the episode The Beginning. Basically the 5-part pilot. You should have stayed true to that.